Ever wonder how apps like Phantom or MetaMask fetch your crypto balance in seconds? Or how exchanges process Bitcoin transactions instantly? Well, today I'll show you how to communicate with the blockchain using simple API calls. Stick around because by the end of this video you will be able to fetch wallet balances, track transactions, and even send crypto using code. Blockchain nodes store all transactions, but running a full node is slow and complex. Instead, APIs act as messengers, letting us pull blockchain data instantly. Think of it as calling Google Maps instead of manually checking every street. APIs let us interact with Solana and Bitcoin efficiently, so let's choose the right one. For Solana, QuickNode or the built-in RPC API works great. For Bitcoin, we can use BlockCipher or directly query a Bitcoin node. Let's set up our first API request. I'll use Python along the video, paired with a simple JavaScript example, but this works with any language. Well, it's time to create our first blockchain app. Let's start with something simple. We will fetch the balance of any Solana account using the official RPC API. Import request and add as a variable the Solana API. Remember that every resource as well as URL and APIs will be linked in the description. Then pass to a variable any Solana address you want. I will use the FTX exchange called wallet address. Finally, create a payload with the getBalance method and post. We will receive a JSON containing a number, which is the balance of the address we specified. Now, let's do the same with Bitcoin and JavaScript. As I said before, it works with any language. Again, we need another address. In this case, I will use a special wallet, what is thought to be the personal wallet of the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. Fetch the response, pass it to a JSON and output it. And just like that, we can check the balance of any wallet in seconds. Now it's time to track transactions. This essentially means getting a list of all the transactions an account has made on its history, as well as some more metadata which contains the time it was made, the amount of crypto sent, and the identifier. This is useful for things like knowing the age of the wallet or even identifying suspicious activity. This may sound hard, but is actually as easy as doing a request to an API to get a JSON containing the data. For Solana, for example, just import request and create a payload containing the getSignatureForAddress method and specifying the number of transactions we want. Then it's as simple as iterating over the JSON we got from the request and printing the signature and timestamp, if you want so. Now we can head to a tracker site like SolScan, paste the signature and we will get a lot of details of it. Have in mind that we could get all the information for the transaction with other API methods like getTransaction, but this is optional. Also for Bitcoin it's almost the same, but the API call is a bit simpler. This one returns a JSON with more data, this time containing the amount of Bitcoin sent and the destination of the transaction. And just like that, you can track transactions automatically. Now I'm going to teach you how to send transactions. Unfortunately, I can't show you a live example because the testing APIs for Solana and Bitcoin are super strict in terms of doing transactions. But don't worry, you will be able to send crypto using code by the end of this lesson. I will start with Solana. For it, we need to start a client with our API. And after it, import our wallet to our script. For it, you need a key pair, which is a set of numbers that act like the password for our wallet. Then create the actual transaction by passing as an argument our wallet, the public key of the receiver's wallet, and the amount of LAN ports that we want to send. Finally, send the transaction to the blockchain. Have in mind that this signs it automatically. As you have seen, this relies on a library for Python because unfortunately creating a transaction from ground up relies on cryptographic functions that are very hard to use. The good thing is that both Solana and Bitcoin have their own client libraries for each language. Creating a transaction for Bitcoin is similar. We are going to use a library called bit in Python that simplifies the process. Instead of manually building, signing and serializing the transaction, we can do it all in just a few lines. First, we import the key class from the bit library, as well as network API. Next, we initialize our key by providing our private key in a WIF format. This gives us access to our Bitcoin wallet. Then, we define the receiver's Bitcoin address and specify the amount we want to send. In this example, 0.001 Bitcoins. Finally, with a single line of code, using the broadcast_tx method, the bit library creates, signs, and broadcasts the transaction to the network. The bit library creates, signs, and broadcasts the transaction to the network. Well, this is the end of the video. Now it's your turn to create your own wallet tracker or even a fully decentralized app. As I said before, I will leave other resources I use as well as documentation in the description. The video shows Solana and Bitcoin examples, but the concepts should work with all the other cryptos. If you have any questions, drop a comment and I will try to help you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy coding!